Hi guys. How's everyone doing this afternoon? I am particularly doing great. I hope everyone is doing good. Well, this afternoon, this evening, this morning, depending on the time you'll be watching this video actually. Yeah, so welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And to our new subscribers, thank you so much for joining in on the family. And yeah, we hope you enjoy your stay. So yeah, guys, today we will be doing a story time. I don't know what to name it yet, but yeah, I'll just find something. But this is a story time that is basically about a breakup that left me broken. Yeah, let's put it this way: a breakup that left me for dead. Not in the literal sense, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. Yo guys, the cuter today, don't you think? Yeah, I think I look really cute. I look super cute. But anyway, let's call up. So let's get into the story. Okay, before we begin, I'm gonna change all the names of the characters in the story because I don't want to get into trouble with abanigas bendaba, you know. So for security purposes, let's change their names, ne? Okay, so yeah. Let's start the story way. I don't wanna I'm gonna spare you the gory details of how me and this guy met. So let's name him Mr. L. I think Mr. L will do, right? Okay, so Mr. L and I started dating in 2013. And everything was going great. He was a loving guy. He was a very understanding and caring guy. He was a very romantic guy. Yeah, I think he was actually the first guy I was ever really like in love with. Yeah, 2013 we started dating. But then in 2014, things started changing. I think it was the mid 2014 when one of his homeboys moved to Cape Town. He was to work in the same company as Mr. L. So yeah, things started changing. Yeah, Mr. L uyabona manje akasabambeki. Every weekend useyaphuma nalo mjidalona. Let's call him T. Yeah, so T and him are always out with their other friends, and things are starting to change. And sometimes he doesn't even take my calls, and when like we had a habit yokuthi he knew ukuthi like uma usebenza ebusuku, so if let's say ningangingedwa, because it was it was the time or the year that my brother had moved back to Durban to go to university. So my mom would work late at night, and like why it's me pumi langtries good if it's yabo, he would check up on me, good see am I still doing okay, and he would call to say good night and all those things. But those things stopped, you know, when he started going out a lot with Mr. T, with T rather. Yeah, but yeah, everything, when things started changing, it was kind of like my relationship was going to come to an end. That's what I thought at the time. Like, isn't like this is gonna end. So I started getting all stressed and everything. Like, that's the year basically I started drinking alcohol. Like ngangapuzi. People who know me will tell you because ngangapuzi prior to 2014. I hated even the smell of alcohol. But there was wine endlini that my mom had bought for my 21st birthday for personal reasons. But yeah, so I started drinking ngaleso sikhathi because uputi wayengoishisa shem. But anyway, so yeah, when that started happening at the end of 2014, he started like accusing me of things. Like things started becoming rocky. So in 2015, beginning of 2015, Bailey, I think it was early January, there was this guy who was a friend of mine, but he had been asking me out. So Mina, in my bid to say or to think Uguti a relationship yam is coming to an end with Mr. L, I thought, you know what, let me just find something to fall back on. Like, because I knew I was gonna crash when my relationship ended, so don't judge me. So it was kind of like like I needed something to fall back on, yabo. So I was like, okay, why not date this guy? So basically, I started losing interest, but I wasn't. But when I found a relationship, end, guys, I didn't want to, but yabo, so when my mom asked me about Mr. L, I told her we're just friends. This was because of the aforementioned reasons, that I was losing. Firstly, I was starting to lose interest because of his relationship, and secondly, he's losing interest in me. So relationship. So I told my mom, no, we're just friends. Instead, I like the other guy. What do we name the other guy? Butmadlis. Yeah, let's name him Butmadlis. Yeah, so I was starting to like Butmadlis in a romantic way rather than a friendly way, yabo. So yeah, that happened, and then Mr. L caught it out. I'll spare you the gory details. Mr. L caught it out. He went and told my mom, Uguti, lalela kushuthi indodakazi yakho yabo iyangidlala kanje kanje kanje. I don't know what his story was when he went and told my mom. But Mina, I had gone to Durban to see Uputmadlisa. And somehow Mr. L knew, because even when he took me to the airport, he told me, I can feel Uguti mobuya sokaban, because I told him I'm going home. But in my heart, I'm just like, then it means the end of it, because vele mina nawe yabo akusahambi kahle. I was convinced that he was cheating at the time, and so yabo nami I thought, why not? Which I know was wrong. Don't judge me. I know it was wrong of me to do, but yeah, I did it. So when I got back from Durban, shit hit the fan. I'm sorry to use vulgar language, but yeah, it hit the fan. When I got back, my mom was hospitalized at the hospital where she works, which is a nearby hospital. So I had to take her PJs to hospital, and yeah, she was super mad, and she was super hurt and disappointed. And yeah, I knew, Guti, I messed up completely. I knew, Guti, I totally messed up. When I got back from the hospital, I went to see Mr. L. The nerve. When I went to see Mr. L, he was cooking. His flatmate was seated on the couch, ebugeli TV. Mr. L was just like, okay, you know what? Let's go smoke in my bedroom. And Miss Pika Cameron like, really, yo, guys. But anyway, I'm not going to tell that part of the story because yo. Yeah, but gay Gwashuba, I got physical, and to a point where but guys, it got physical. I'll just leave it at that. It got physical, and then he raced me to our flat. Okay, here's the thing: we lived in the same block of flats, just the floor apart. Like he lived on the first floor, and I lived on the second floor. How's that for dating your neighbor? So yeah, that's what happened. That was the first red flag, really. But anyway, it happened, and I really liked this guy. So he raced me that day to my flat. Yeah, guys, Gwashuba. I think it's Gwashuba. Like, he got hold of my phone, but he didn't find anything on my phone. And then, like, continued getting physical for a little while. And the next thing, he's seated on the kitchen counter and he got hysterical. He cried. And I'm just like, I'm crying, you crying. Why are we crying? Why are you crying? Because, I mean, I understand why I'm crying. Why are you crying? And then he started the story, Oguti, he don't know why he hit me. He don't know what got into him. He's sorry, nanani, you know. There was just a dark cloud. I guess he got too angry and he's never had a woman before. Okay. So at that point in time, girls, I understood. When they say, those women who stay in abusive relationships, I understood at that point why, you know, like it felt like I loved him even more after that. I don't know how, but basically I didn't blame him. I blamed myself because I'm the one who put myself in that situation. I made excuses for it, and like I just let it be. I let it slide and I forgave him. And, you know, at that point he unofficially proposed. And and I said, yes, I'll marry you. Guys, this man had just beat me up a few minutes prior, but I was ready to. But anyway, fast forward, we fixed our problems, we fixed things, we've forgiven each other, and whatever. This was the beginning of 2015. I think it was in February 2015. In March, we went on a weekend away. We were great. Okay. In June, I went to visit my dad in the Free State. And then I get a phone call. Mina ngazi ukuthi umjida ogodukile use Pretoria, yabo. He didn't tell me that he was coming back, yabo. Ngithole phone call, my brother and my cousin are on the balcony, bayangifona bathi lalela. Nangu umjida wakhe phuma emotweni with this other scrawny chick. They didn't know the chick's name. And then baphuma namabheki namagauna pink nanana. I'm like, Evan, what's going on? So I call a guy and I'm like, I'm Mr. L's team, manjin. And Mr. L's telling me, good to know. I drove down with what shall we name her? What shall we name her? But let me be nice. Let me play nice. You know, let me play nice. Let me not name her weird names. Let's just give her a general name. Let's just give her Umeri, for Pete's sake. But anyway, so I drove down with Umeri, and Umeri is accusing me of impregnating her. She's 7 months pregnant. So abazali bakhe flew down from Joburg to Cape Town, and he had to find them accommodation according to him. And I didn't understand, but okay, me being the naive, stupid me, I believed it. Okay, sharp. While I was at home, while I was with my dad's, ngiyambuza-ke ukuthi how, and then it's like, no, unamanga, I haven't slept with her since 2012. Remember, we met in 2013, right? I haven't slept with her since 2012. Nani. So she's lying, so I'm gonna call her out for it, and this all needs to end. I'm not gonna marry her. I'm like, okay, sharp. Later on, he tells me that they did some sort of paternity test. Apparently, Ugelu 7 months pregnant. Marisisu si flat. Agabonaka next. And we slayed our baby girl. My best. I've never seen her. I've only seen pictures of her. So I've never met her in person. So yeah, unesisu si flat, but she says she's 7 months pregnant. I don't know what happened lapo, but the results never came back. So when I left the Free State to go back to Cape Town, she had already left when I got there. She left a few days before I got back. Okay. Guys, fast forward 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 20 it was still 2015. After that June incident, brother sayaqala yachinja manje sekunama red flags. Sisters sefona every day. Wow, sisters bahlele fona every day anyway. Yabo. But now calls are getting worse. Say twice, 3 times a day. Brothers akayibambi phone. Mara mase emsebenzini uyayibamba because sometimes it come back emsebenzini aphathluka ngitshela ukuthi usibanibani uMary uthe she gets worried if I don't answer my phone. So you do answer your phone. You do answer her calls. Okay. So yeah, khona nje ama red flags brothers magqoka pijama ebusuku meya toilet ama pijama kana maphakethe. If only ihlale ephaketheni. I mean like nje bese khona like weird things and weird vibes. Yabo. Okay, so mina ngizitshela ukuthi hayi sinomuntu right. One day vele ewardrobe ngithole pijama. Like my pijama top lawa yabo. I'm like, and then he's like, no, I laundry. They must have mixed up the washing yam, and stuff. I'm like, naive me, naive. Me naive clown, me. That's okay. But I knew in my heart that PJ belonged to me. I just knew. But Yo, fast forward December, guys. Ooh, baby boy and I, Mr. L and I, we agree it's okay. So we're gonna move to Pretoria. He said he wanted to move back home. So we're gonna move to Pretoria. We're gonna stay together, and we're just gonna see how it goes. We'll see, like, when you were able to make it, like, about in marriage and all of that. So I'm gonna resign from work and I'm gonna study at TUT already at TUT but provisional acceptance and it was that thing I just need to go there and sort things out. So mina nga resign January 17. Oh, he'd left on the 7th, around the 7th of December. I think it started on the 9th of December 2015. A Centurion. I forgot what the company name is, but of course I'm not gonna mention names of companies either. So yeah, mina end of January yumlo onga. Yeah, I resigned and I didn't even serve my notice. I didn't know. I resigned and I booked my ticket. Ngiyamfonela umjita ungitshela ukuthi uzofunani la. Athi uyaphi? I'm like, askis angizwang. He's like, uyaphi la? Hey guys. Hey ngoba. But anyway, fast forward to save you all the boring details. Fast forward to 2016, January already isn't over bad because he kept finding excuses to fight with me all the time. He kept accusing me of things. At one point he accused me of SCI, and then I had to go to a trauma esibhedlela while I was still working. Check out all my blood tests and like all type of tests and everything was negative. So when I told him that, guess what he said? Okay. Just okay, Mundakon. Hey, Bana. Guys, already beseng go January. Already January beseng oshama paper. Because I could see my relationship was ending, and I could tell that he just needed an excuse to break up with me, or he was waiting for me to break up with him. Yabo. So he was just trying to tire me of the relationship and just make it stop. But I didn't do that. I was waiting for him to make it stop, to break up with me. So he just since January, I'd been trying to mentally prepare myself for this breakup. But I guess it never worked because January he didn't even like land airport. My best friend, my childhood friend. I'm not going to mention his name. And I looked for my own place to stay. Unfortunately, I figure TUT. Like things got complicated and stuff. I ended up not being able to go to TUT, so I ended up going to computer school. And I was looking for work at the same time. So yeah, as Kazisamba, he came to see me, I think, after like a month and a half because he had an excuse. He had traveled from Elokshini to a Centurion Mawak sebenza la edrobheni in Pretoria in the CBD. So he drops her off there, and then he drives to work, and then he picks her up after work and stuff. So he didn't have time to see me. When I like tried to meet him halfway in some clampings on weekends at auction, he'd always have excuses. You could see, no, we're on our way to Mahikeng this weekend, or no, we're busy doing this, we're renovating, we're doing that, so I won't have time, and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was always some excuse after the other. So yeah, logo, it's okay. You know what? I stopped trying eventually. So Saklabana, after he came to see me, because he came to see me for like 15 minutes, and we didn't speak for like 2 weeks. Yeah, we didn't speak for like 2 weeks. That was way after he came to see me. Oh, some of his friends saw me with some guy ngikhozi, which was false. Anyway, okay, we didn't speak for 2 weeks. We were not on speaking terms. And then this one time I was on my way home, and and I get a phone call from him, and he asked me Ugupi, and I'm like, I'm on my way home. And he's like, oh, why don't you tell me you're going home? I think for my Easter, that because it was the end of March, that year, I think my Easter, and my mom was already home. And I'm just like, what do you mean? We were not on speaking terms. Was I supposed to just text you and tell you I'm going home and expect a reply, which I knew I'd never get? And what else was I supposed to do? Like, what was supposed to happen? What further must happen? And then and then after that, he's just like, you know what, you're a liar, and I can't be with someone who's a liar, so it's over. And I was just like, okay. And that's how my relationship ended. But guys, hey, go after that, like, that relationship left me broken for months. When it ended, I had that thing yokuthi ngangisengisaba ukuphuma emgaqweni, uphuma endlini, uphumela emgaqweni. I didn't want to go anywhere, because every time I left the house, I would see a car that looked like his. Like, how many people actually drove silver gray Polos back in 2016? Like, go imagine how many people drive those cars, let alone Pretoria, South Africa. So it was just that, yeah. Ukuthi mengiphuma ngibona imoto efana neyakhe, I'd go crazy in terms of, like, my heart would start beating so fast. I get an anxiety attack or a panic attack, if you put it that way. If someone mentioned his name, or I heard his name somewhere, or I read his name on my phone or whatever, my heart would just start pounding so hard. Like, anything that associated with him, I always had a panic attack, to a point where every time I left the house and I saw those cars that looked like his, I would pray to God that, God, please don't let it be him. Please don't let it be him, because I didn't know how I would react, because I didn't know what I would say to him, or how I'd even look at him, because I was such a mess. I was just so broken. I was a mess. Everything was just a mess, So what happened this one time is that so I had 2 flatmates at that time who were guys that I was sharing with. So one of my flatmates would actually look after me at that time. Me and him had gotten close. He would look after me in terms of, he'd encourage me to go take a bath, because I didn't want to do that. I didn't even want to wake up from bed. I couldn't eat. He'd make me breakfast before he went to school, and sometimes he'd just leave it in the microwave. Sometimes and just force me to eat. Like, he took care of me like a genuine friend. Like, even my best friend, guys, my friends took care of me. My friends took great care of me. I don't want to mention any names, but they know themselves. They took such great care of me. Even my best friend from high school, she she traveled all the way from Durban to Pretoria just to come see me. And my friends were the one who deleted pictures of Mr. L and I on my phone because I just couldn't get myself to do it. Like, things got so bad, guys. Like, I was just amazed to a point where I would become this, do they call it a ghost? Because I would be walking on the street, I wouldn't even be looking at the traffic lights. Next thing, yes, cars are hooting. I'd be having hard, guys. You know, the one thing that hurt me the most about this is that they did actually, when I told you guys that I went to visit my father and they were having their sessions, they did actually mate. And they did make the baby, because the day after he broke up with me, he posted the child on his status, no, on his profile picture. So the child looked exactly like him, and I won't lie, I was super hurt. I was super mad. He started posting the baby mama, guys, on Facebook. On Facebook, we hadn't even cleared our things, okay, at the time. I hadn't deleted our pictures or anything. Like, the day after Vele, we broke up, and one poster Vele, Shruti, he had bought a blue BMW car. I'm not sure if it's an M3 or whatever, but that car is a car that we had spoken about that he would buy while I was still in a relationship with him. So he bought that car and whatever. So sisters, I should say umeri. I should say moto epetama roses, and he had written a caption was that true love never dies or something like that. Yeah. And I was just like, I was so stupid. I'd been so naive and so stupid to actually believe that this guy loved me, because everyone at home approved of him. Even my sisters told me, don't mess this relationship up. Like, even my uncles in Cape Town, they were like, Mshana, just, make sure this guy is... My mom treated this guy, treated Mr. L like she birthed him, She approved of him so much, And that's another thing that hurt the most, that I had let down, but I didn't do anything. But I had let down my family and everything. So it hit me hard. For about 8 months, I couldn't get over that relationship. I prayed, I cried myself to sleep every night. I prayed that he would come back to me, But I was scared at the same time that, no. But yeah, after about a year, he texted me and he was like, Esson, and I knew instantly that, that had to be him. And I had a panic attack instantly. But yeah, man, I was just like, what does he want from me? What does he want from me? I was panicking. But anyway, guys, this guy hurt me to the core, and he contributed to the rest of my depression so much. And he was living a happy life, He wasn't regretful or anything. He wasn't remorseful or anything. He had a child, he had a family, still has. And, he was just living his best life. And there I was moping after him and crying after him, and never thinking that I could ever love again the way I've loved him. And you know what? I don't know if you can tell that a girl's in love, because I love my boyfriend so much. I do. Like, I love my current boyfriend more than I ever thought was possible. And I know that, things happen, life happens, and, we can never really predict what can happen in the future. But I'm never going through what Mr. L put me through, like, ever again. Like, in as much as I love my boyfriend, in as much as it might not work out, and in the future I might date other guys, I will never ever go through what Mr. L put me through ever again in my life. No man or no other person ever, anything will ever make me feel the way that he made me feel. For 8 flipping months, I lost my self-confidence. It lacks so much. I I became so insecure about absolutely everything. I hated the big person I'd become. I messed around, I messed up, I made so many mistakes. I just became a whole new person that I didn't even recognize. And I hated that so much. And I blamed him for it. For putting me through what he put me. But at the end of the day, after I went through all of that, I'm grateful now that I went through that experience, because had I not gone through that, I wouldn't have grown to a point that I've grown to now. I wouldn't have learned the lessons that I learned. I wouldn't have been able to pick myself up and say, redirect yourself, and you look at loving yourself and growing yourself as a person before you can look at being loved by another person, expecting to be loved by another person. So be your own happiness before expecting someone else to, make you happy. That person is supposed to match your standard and just share in your happiness, and not be the one who makes you happy. So yeah, guys, that is my story time for today. I hope that you guys had fun. You enjoyed listening to my my breakup story that left me for dead. But anyway, yeah, Mr. L and I are good though. We are on good talking terms. We're okay now. We're cool. I think we don't speak much, but we don't have like any grudges against each other or anything like that. We're okay. We're way past that now. So yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful, man, that I met a person like him in my life, because I did learn so much from him. And the experience, again, like, it really, really did so much for me. So in as much as it broke me, it built me in a way, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And thank you so much for being here. So until next time, I'll see you guys next time with another one of your favorite mental health videos. Peace, y'all. Bye.